G'day, Burke here. Just ready to start the new day. To start things off, I think we will start off with the forge that I was going to do last night, but then figured there's probably not much point because with a stone axe you don't get a whole lot of resources out. As you can see, a whole night of mining, and that's basically what it got me. While we're waiting for that, I'll quickly show you. I just basically went up in the same things. Oh, I could go up in that one yet, but I think I just went up in the weapons and the tools. Yeah, so they're maxed out on 2. And then I think I did minus 69er as well. Yep, because I hope to have the pickaxe by tonight sometime, hopefully. So yeah, we're off to a pretty good start so far. Just need to remember, yep, that's our way out. So today's plans, I want to go and show you guys how to get some easy iron and lots of water as well. And after that, hopefully go and grab some cars. Or rent some cars, I should say, sorry. And maybe tomorrow I'm thinking we'll hit the trader up, because they should have some new stuff. I want to see if they have any auger parts or auger blades, because even if we get the schematic from the Cracker Book store, then we will still need the parts and the blade to craft it. So, yeah. Which way around do we want it? That way, I think. So we want to do that tomorrow, and then go and obviously get the, what do they call it? The airdrop should come in tomorrow as well. So we want to get that, because hopefully I'll get some antibiotics to fix my infection there. And shouldn't need more than 20 minutes, I think. I hope. Let's see, yeah, no, they won't take long at all to smelt out. Right, and yeah, we want to get some iron so we can get some spikes going. So, let's get this day started. Yeah, so tomorrow I don't really want to... Hang on. There we go. So I don't really want to be heading over to the Cracker Book store before day 5, but then I figured on day 4, if I've got the time, might as well head over and maybe clear out the first 2 floors, because I'm not doing too well on the food front at the moment. Like, I've got enough for a day or so, but if you want to go and what was after the glass jars? Sorry, yeah, if you want to go exploring and that, then you need a bit of a supply of food before you do that. So we're not to get a whole lot from that wrench anyway, I don't think. Put that in there, and that on there. Yeah, we should be good for a bit. And then we want that to take to the trader tomorrow. With that. Yep, yeah, that should do us for now. And we want to get ourselves the club going. Now, where's my... I knew I put a ladder down here somewhere. So, this is what I got done last night, I think. I don't think you guys saw me finish this. Alright, so which one did we want to head to? I guess this one over there. So yeah, I just basically finished going up along there. I'm going to dig out 2 wide around here, and then chuck down some more cobblestone blocks, and then we'll chuck some spikes on top, and that'll be the start of our defence. Now, where the heck... That must be the one we were going through. Yep, so we're pointed in the right direction. Just trying to remember whereabouts that well was that I saw, that we filled up at. We'll just head over in this direction and see if we can see it. Knocking down those water towers is a fantastic way to get iron, quick and easy iron, and also to fill up your water, because it fills up that little little ditch that's in there as well. Already been through there. Ah, there it is. Yeah, so we're definitely going to want to get some more wood today as well. Grab some more of those. Until we get a steady supply of meat, you definitely want to be picking up things like snowberries and stuff, and hopefully you should have all that stuff sorted out by the time you get your mini bike, and then you don't need to worry about stopping to pick stuff up every 5 minutes. So I'm not sure how long this is going to take, because I don't normally try it with a stone axe, so this could take a while. I apologise for that. But we desperately need the iron, so a couple of zombies over there, I might take care of them first. Yeah. Let's see if I can sneak up on them. Nope. I know a lot of people like to run at the zombies and then dart in and dart back, but I find that the amount of stamina that uses up can get you in trouble really quickly. So I prefer not to do that. So as you see before, I think we got some water from in here last time, and that stuff actually, I don't know if you saw it, but it actually drains down. So that's why I would like to knock this down, and that little pit in there should fill up with water, and then that'll see us right for a while. Plus having 30 odd bottles of water will help with food and that as well, because a lot of the recipes, you might not realise, like bacon and eggs and meat stew, they all require 1 water. So yeah, the main reason we're after this iron is for the spikes, but having extra iron's a good thing. And you can knock down so many different types of structures for the iron as well, so it's always good to bear that in mind if you're not into mining and you want to build your base above ground. And because you also have all those nodes I showed you on the first episode, you can get nitrate nodes, lead nodes. About the only thing that you don't get, I think, is the iron, which, like I said, you can just get from this and then chuck it in your forge like this and smelt it with clay into forged iron or steel when you hit level 40. I think this thing's just about ready for a new one now, actually. Yeah, so this infection will start getting worse, and I'll actually start running into trouble when it comes to doing stuff like this, because your stamina stops regenerating as quickly. Might actually sneak in and knock out that bottom one, middle one, sorry, before we get down to the end, because I don't want to be underneath that when the whole thing comes down. Yeah, so there's a lot of different structures, like iron type structures, that you can take out. So the sooner we get this done, because we're not that great with the food, I may go in through another house for some food. It's another thing worth noting, actually. I think that the darkness level they have in some of the buildings is probably there so that you can't, well, makes it more difficult to go through during the early stages of the game. I think they're designed to go through sort of midway through, once you've got your night vision goggles or mining helmet sorted out. Because you'll notice, you know, if you go through, say, one of those houses just on the left hand corner there, or even any of the other cheaper looking houses, you can go through at 5 o'clock in the morning, and the light's actually better inside than it is outside. But if you try to go through, like that, say, the Poopy Pants store, which has some pretty good loot in it, you'll find that it's very dark and it's hard to see what's going on in there. Like I struggled. I would love to have either a flashlight at the very least before going through. So you get some pretty good stuff in there. Yeah, oh, it's only worth $62. I thought it might be worth a bit more than that. So sorry, I apologise again for walking slowly as well, but just trying to conserve stamina there. If I had a pickaxe, this would go a whole lot quicker, but if I had a pickaxe, there's quite a good chance that I wouldn't actually need this iron, because I could just mine it straight from the ground. So hopefully we get back in time, I can find a gravel pit that's close to the base. I'm not sure, like that other iron that I've found might not be close enough. And I can just head down underground in the night and mine towards it, and then when I find that pit I can mine it underground during the night, and because mine is probably not the most fun thing to be watching. We're nearly there. The stuff should be starting to fall down shortly. And it's still got one more side to do. Actually, while that's going, I might just get another stone axe going and scrap this one when it's done. The lower quality also, I think it affects the amount of resources you get off each one as well. Although when it comes to stone axes, I don't really think it makes a hell of a big difference. But once you start moving up towards the iron and the steel stuff, I think it can make a pretty significant difference in the amount of resources that you harvest off each swing. There we go, this should be the last one, and then we should get some easy iron and some water to refill. See a nurse over there to the right. Not sure if it's chasing after it or not though. So seeing that's easy iron. The only downside to this is that as that falls, you only get one layer. You see it actually destroys itself. So you can't actually get as much as you might think. Actually, I might just scrap that and go for the better one. And you see it's a lot quicker. So even with an iron pickaxe, you can usually, even a low tier one, I think you can smack it out in a few hits. There we go, and this should get us set up pretty well for horde night, I think, with regards to the iron spikes. But what I'm doing on the outside of the base there with laying the cobblestones down isn't strictly necessary for the first horde, but by the second horde you'll find they'll actually start tunnelling under your base if you don't have some form of ground defence there. And I mean, like, I don't really think wood cuts the mustard there. I think that's well, I wouldn't actually want to try and survive the first horde with a wood defence, even an upgraded wood. I think you'd be pushing your luck to try and get through that. And I don't really think there's much point anyway. Like, iron's a pretty high resource that you need early game, and I don't really think you want to be wasting it on upgrading your base when there's so much other stuff you need it for. I think that's my stamina affecting the hits there. Yeah. But yeah, what I'm hoping for with wrenching the cars today is to at least get maybe one engine. If I could get 3 would be perfect, but just one engine would be good. Hopefully a halfway decent one. But rubbish engines should never be thrown out because they are still useful for concrete mixers. And you probably want to get 2 or 3 of them going. sort of mid-game, you want to have 2 or 3 of them. Even if the third one's only to make crushed sand, unless you live next to a desert biome or you're close enough to go to one every now and then to fill up on sand on your mini bike. But I tend to, like, if it's a fair way away, I prefer to just use the auger to get stone and do it that way. So how much? Yeah, see that much iron that quickly? You'd be there forever mining it with a stone axe. Even with the iron ore, you get a fairly good amount out, but I consider this the quickest and easiest way to do it. And like I said, if mining's not your thing and you just want some quick and dirty way to get the spikes that you need to survive the 7-day horde, this is the way to do it. And like I said, we now have water in the bottom here that we can use. I'm not sure how many refills we'll get out of it. And we're done. I'm sure there's water in here. Oh no, did we lose all the water? Oh. Looks like I was wrong about that one. But I think we still have water in there. You see, it actually does disappear. So hopefully I have the mini bike sorted out before we get too low on water, so that I can go and dig up some snow. If you don't live near a water source, snow's my favourite, because you don't really need don't need to leave the base to get your water. You can just chuck the snow in there. It does require melting it though, which takes time, but oh, look at that. That's handy early on. Very good schematic to get, although obviously it's not useful for quite some time, but at least I have it now. Yeah, humming means there's an aircon unit as well, which will be good for later on. But anyway, we'll come back shortly. I just want to drop. Actually, we'll start wrenching now. Wait a minute, I don't think we're going to get to wrench too much anyway, what with the amount of quality I've got left in there. But like I said, we'll wrench for a little bit and then we'll go in and loot a house or two. So the slightly damaged sedans are the ones you want to pick for the engines. This one's been in good nick, probably not the one that we really want to get, because you're using up the quality of your wrench, and you have no chance of getting an engine out of it. So this is the stage where you'll get an engine or a battery or radiators out of them. Just wait for the. Actually, yep, I've got the goldenrod tea. That's what this stuff's brilliant for. Once we get down to the bottom stage, it's still good for getting petrol and mechanical parts and stuff out of it. But if you're after engines, you're really wasting your time. So you get more iron and stuff out this way as well, which is fantastic, because I don't think we can have too much of that. So you will leave that like that. You might get it some other time, but I'll just walk and let my energy get out. Yeah, see those pipes going up the wall there? They're great for electronic components and stuff as well. Is this the house I came through? I think it is, yeah, judging by that open door. Be nice if we could find a damaged. Actually, that one over there I think is damaged. Save us wrenching wrenching what we don't need to. So there's lots of damaged sedans and things in there as well, but they can be a little bit hairy to raid those ones. So I think we're probably going to have time today to definitely go in and do a house. Maybe get a drop box set up over at the, or a drop chest set up over at the Cracker Book store. You see the quality's almost gone in that wrench already, and well, we got a battery, but I might actually sell that at the trader. Used to saying that when your skill's a little bit high, you can actually get some pretty good money for those, but at the moment it's not worth much. Might head over this way. Might just have to wrench the good ones and hope for the best, I suppose. It's also worth searching them as well, because there's usually a good chance of getting the old mining helmet from these things as well, which I would love to have. Like I said, I'd like to either have a torch or the mining helmet or the night vision goggles before we go in there. So you can see you still get a good range of stuff out of the main sedan part, but like I said, right now what I'm after is an engine. Now once the quality's completely gone on that wrench, it's still going to be useful, because I'm going to use it to build my workbench out of. I might need to see if I can convert some of that leather into some clothing as well, by the looks of it, because my temperature doesn't seem to want to go up. So I don't know if that's a result of the infection or if it's just the temperature in general around here. Yeah, probably better off just to wait. I don't think I can drink another drink yet. Nope. Doesn't look like I'm having so much luck at the moment with engines. Still, we're getting plenty of iron, and that's the main thing. That will do, and what have we got there? Still nothing overly useful. Scrap iron lug spikes. I think we want 22, but I'll make 24 just in case. And that should sell. That used up just about all our iron there. Going to continue heading over this way a little bit. I want to wait for my stamina to go back up. Perfect. You can never have too many of those oil bottles early game as well, because, well, not early game, but like I said, once you get the auger, you'll probably be starting off with a low level one. So that means that it will wear out fairly quickly, which means you'll want lots of repair kits, and wrenching cars is probably one of the best ways to get oil. Yep, that was that, and yeah, we got no engine, so it looks like we're out of luck. Oh well. We're definitely short on wood, so we're gathering up plenty of that, and goldenrod tea. We're going to need lots of wood, and I think I burned through most of that yesterday. Yeah, it's not even 12 o'clock, so that's a pretty good start to the day though, even though I didn't get all the stuff that I wanted. Where's my... There we go, that's... Oh yeah, that's it over there. So just want to gather up some wood, and definitely want to dig out some more clay. Might dig some more of that out before we go looting houses and stuff, just to make sure we got those cobblestones coming along, because we're going to need heaps more of that. I would like to be able to get that upgraded if I can to the second level. Definitely haven't killed as many zombies as I would like to have today as well. That sort of slows down your forward progress. If you're not leveling up, you need to level up as much as you can early game. Otherwise you're quite restricted in what you can do, or the things you can build, I should say. Excellent. So you're probably going to need to clear, or I'd like to anyway, I think, clear these stones away from the edge of the base, because the zombies are probably just going to destroy them anyway. I usually like to save them because they have pretty good resources. Once you start using your auger, you can get a lot of good stuff out of them. Actually, shovel. Craft one of them. Scrap that. That's better. That should get us a decent bit of clay. Can't really have too much clay at the start of the game. Like I said, this is much more beneficial start than, like, you could start, the first time I played the game I started with a wood base a little bit bigger than this, and it sort of puts you on the back foot because you need to harvest up so much resources to upgrade it, whereas if you just start from cobblestone, you already have a big advantage. And you don't need to go through, like, you can use all that iron that you harvest can be used for more important things, like getting your axe and clubs and things. So what are we at now? 205. Oh, that was bad timing on my part because I'm almost out of stamina. There goes my wish. I was after some zombies for experience. Oh, I'm out of stamina too, so that's when you want to switch to the boat. And there we go. So I hope those zombies aren't all beating on my base there, because it's not going to help. And don't need that. Oh, food. Yeah, and it gives me the one that I don't want. There we go. What can we get rid of? I'm not going to bother, like I would harvest these normally because I'm going to need the bones later on. but it just takes up too much time, so I'd rather not. There's another one over there. Yep, one of those idiots has already caught up on it. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. So that slowed down the getting caught in the holes and all that idea. And I'm going to have to grind these guys, I suppose. I'll throw that one out. Hang on. Yeah. It's annoying, so I was hoping to get some more stuff done today, but I didn't even get any. Did I get any bones out of that? I don't think I did. Huh. Anyway, we need cobblestone rocks. And we'll get rid of you. Oh no, we didn't even need to do that. Oh well. Just sitting at the wrong temperature by the looks of it. I won't stop shivering. And I might head over and see if I can just get one more house before it gets too dark. I'd rather be doing this stuff at night time. I haven't even dug around this side. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Got some more leather. Actually, I'll put that down there. I might just take that to the trader and sell it, I think. And brass, it'll be handy. That'll be handy as well. So what we don't get done with the whoops. What we don't get done with the spikes for the two, I want 2 layers of defense. Preferably. Yeah, well, what we don't get done with that, I will just make up with the wood. Oh yeah, we already got that, so that will be going to the traders as well. How are we going with that? We might repair that as well. And then we should be able to get rid of that and I'll come and get that when I get back. I think that's everything. We'll keep that. Actually, with the bacon and eggs, we shouldn't need any of this food either. And those spikes as well can go in there. And that should be all we need to go out exploring. Alrighty. $85, we'll keep that. That'll be handy. So see, once the wandering hordes come through, they just sort of stop moving and just sort of dither around in the area until you log out. Yeah. These guys they really annoy me because if they're not on the grass, you can often get stung by them quite badly. Yeah, see all those over... I might just go for here actually. One day one of these Nancy's will have what I need. Take that. Well, at least I got some money anyway. That'll maybe get us something that we need from the trader tomorrow. Well, I'm quite keen to get started on that Cracker Book store as well. So we're not too far from the end of the day here, so hopefully I can find something useful. Is that made yet? Yep, cool. And that should be enough. Oh, that was stupid. Might not be anything useful in here. But you never know. I don't usually worry about coffee. Coffee can be very handy, but it lowers your wellness, so not an overly big fan of it. This might not have been the best house to choose. There aren't even any zombies in here at the moment. It's a bit odd. Like I said, these old couches... Whoops. Oh, was that it? Oh. These old couches here give out leather, which I'm probably going to be using to make myself something warm with later on. No, no way for zombies to hide in there. Nothing much in there. Not even sure there's going to be anything upstairs. No, still not seeing anyone. I have to admit I wasn't expecting that. Well, maybe there'll be something useful in here. And bingo, there was. That is fantastic. Might as well grab these chairs and scrap them. Great for getting wood. One less tree you have to cut down, right? Well, it's not quite what I was after. Suppose we could take a look at another house. I think these single-story ones might be a bit better for the loot. Just like something with a bit more, like I suppose we've got a little bit of food for now, but I really would like a bit more. So those couches there are only good for cloth, and while cloth is handy, it's not overly useful at the moment. So I'm probably not going to bother destroying that. Just the reason I'm staying crouched at the moment is because if you make too much noise, zombies upstairs will hear you, and while you're busy scouting around, they'll walk up behind you and smack you. Yeah. Not overly interested in paint. Oh yeah, this is a two-story. So there's obviously, there's normally zombies in there as well. So we'll probably make this the last house. It doesn't look like I'm going to get any food out of this place, but it's not that big of a deal. I'll still have plenty of food for now. One of the things to note while you're crouched, you probably can't tell inside, but if you're wrenching cars in the night or whatever, you don't have the undetected thingy up there, but you'll notice that the corners of the screen will go dark. And when a zombie spots you, when you become hunted, it'll lighten up at the edges. So it's something to note. No zombies at all. This is pretty strange. I think this is the first time I've gone through two houses in a row. Like normally they're blimmin', there's so many of them you don't know what's going on. I'll take that schematic even though I'm never going to use it. Now there's 500 bucks there. Parts of that are so worthless that it's not worth my while to keep it. Alright, let's get back and get some building done. Wasted enough time running around looting stuff. Oh, there's a zombie. Oh, two of them. I think we'll leave the other one. As you can see, I'm quite habitual at walking backwards into stuff and then getting stuck and beaten up. Yeah, always keeping my eye out for snowberries. The best biome to start next to is the desert biome because the yuccas are fantastic. They have no detrimental effects. They give you plenty of food, and more importantly, they also, well, just as importantly, if you happen to be mining at night or whatever, they restore your stamina, which is handy. And you can also make yucca juice out of them, so all you need is the glass jars basically. So if you can't get next to a water supply and you're stuck in the middle of the desert, you're pretty much set as long as you've got the yucca plants, and also the aloe vera there in the desert, which is great for making the bandages that heal you. I just want to get as much wood as I can here. So we're going to need quite a bit. Also want to try and keep the pine cones because actually, what the hell am I using that for? That's what I got this for. And you see the difference, and that, folks, is why you want to get upgraded tools as quickly as possible. Although this will probably be going in the forge as soon as I can, because I can make a better quality one myself. So there's not much point in keeping this one around. There we go. The only problem is when you're low like this, low level, you'll notice your stamina goes down very quickly. Don't suppose I can drink anymore. Nope. eat these snowberries and save my bacon and eggs. Yeah, we definitely don't want things that make us cooler at this stage. So you see how much that goes down each hit. Actually, might be easy just to use this, I think. Alrighty, so that's just about us done for the day. I want to get the outside level done. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that done today. I might have to do that tomorrow. Once those spikes are up, we'll be sorted. Let's get this cotton out of the way. You actually use that for your mini bike seats, so it's probably not a terrible idea to harvest some. So yeah, just come out too. If you push for time and you want to, if you'd rather be out looting and stuff like that rather than doing this, you don't actually need to dig this out straight away. You could just get those spikes. As long as you get those spikes down before day 7, you should be all good. Yeah, I'm going to see what I can craft to make myself warm. This is the first time. Normally I seem to start in the warmer biomes, and I usually wind up just crafting the poncho straight off the bat so that I can keep myself cool. We also want wood frames. Probably going to need more than that. We're going to stick them up around the top. They are the perfect defense. You can walk out on the horde night with them, and you can shoot arrows through them. You can shoot crossbow bolts, exploding bolts, or the gun. Basically any projectile I think can go through the wood frames. But I think hand thrown stuff can't. So it pays to bear that in mind. What am I lacking? Oh, that's right, I put all my stones back in, didn't I? Well, that was silly. Yeah, I'm sure I saw some around. Yep. Alright, now we should be right. And I'll probably get the entrance set up tomorrow as well, depending what time we get back. Like you don't need to be too fussy about. Like realistically, I should also tunnel underneath here and line that with blocks as well. But I can do that later on, so that's not that big of a deal. But this just gives me basically protection, so I don't need to worry about this. I can be doing other stuff instead of crouching down and digging underneath spikes and things. That's just basically the main reason why I like to get this stuff done now. Also, like, you don't, like I said, digging out underneath this base here, unless you plan on using this base long term, is probably not that big of a deal. There we go. Is that all that side done? It is. So we don't have quite enough to do the rest. I will still, the more clay we have the better, because we need lots of clay for our iron production as well. Actually, I might call that there. I might just quickly build up the entrance rather than use up all my blocks on that. I don't really want to leave these like this overnight because you saw that wandering horde got stuck on there and they'll wind up chewing all their way through the base there if I'm not careful. Is that the... yep, that's the city that I want to be heading towards, so... 3, 4, 5... I'm not sure if I can get 6 there. I don't want to build the entrance too close, but then I don't want to be too far away either. How high is it? Too high? It's probably too high, is it? I don't think so. Well, that worked. So that was further out, so hopefully that'll work. Once you build a big thing around there and you get screamers coming in, it can be a little bit annoying. What do we want to throw out here? Oh no, we've got space. And always remember, don't go from the bottom, go one up, because zombies cannot jump, and that will keep you safe. Hopefully. I might just pull one out in the middle just in case. Yeah. Just for added safety. But they shouldn't be able to get up there anyway. During horde night, they won't, like if you leave that so that they can get in there, like if you build the thing with a doorway, apparently they see doors as open blocks, so I wouldn't trust it. There we go, and that should be us. So that will be coming with me to the trader tomorrow. We'll keep the shotgun shell. And we have a good bit of money, so maybe if we need to buy something for the auger, we'll be able to do that. We've still got plenty of drink. Nails we can convert to scrap later on if we want to. We want to keep the cooking pots as well because I think you use them for the chemistry station. Don't need that or that or that. Sweet, so we got stacks of water. So we're good. The only thing we're a bit low on is probably food, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. I might keep the stone on me overnight. We need that. We want all the iron we can get. Probably want to make some more feathers as arrows as well actually, so maybe I will. Where are my feathers at? There. There. Yep, yeah. Before we go, I'll just quickly see that's what I normally wind up making, and that's provides a great combination of insulation as well, so maybe I will do that, because I don't think, yeah, you can't do like the dust or anything like that, so maybe that will do the job for me. That's one less forge, which is why I don't really like doing that often, but again, all the protection that we can get is probably for the best. So we've got all the points we can get in that. Pummel peat, that was the other one that I wanted to... I should have done that before I left the house today. And that's all our points gone. So what level are we at? Level 8. So yeah, I want to get some more points in before level 10 when we can upgrade all our gear again. Yeah, see that sort of fluctuating. So that gives us, you know, it's only 1 degree, but if you look at what we've got for protection right now, it's not a lot. So that gives us something at least, but yeah, we definitely got a lot of stuff that we need to upgrade. Alrighty, so put that one in there. And this is Burks signing out.